Okay, this is a video on that explains the training mode in Field Trip Fighters. And before we get started, we'd appreciate if you'd like, comment, and subscribe. Would really help us out. So the first things first is you can control the behavior of the CPU. The first thing option is spam. So here the command is none, so it's just spamming nothing. But if we get it, we could set it to frame perfectly, just spam the down tool command. So that gives you like some control on the CPU. So if you could have it like auto riposte. Here there's an infinite bar, so it could just keep spamming it. Now the next thing is if you have a second controller plugged in, you could play 2 players in training mode. So here, by changing the behavior of the CPU to second controller, you can now control it. It's now with two controllers. Our next behavior is so now instead of just controlling your character, you can control the CPU with your controller. Sweet. And now the next thing is the mirrored inputs. So there's 2 versions of this, where so now with one controller you're controlling the both. So now I'm holding back, so they both they're doing the back command. So the inputs are mirrored here, but we can make it so that like irrespective of the facing, now it's like where I'm holding left, so now one's going left and one's going right, so you can control the both. And I've also have it on if you're playing on the controller on the right stick, you can like swap between these things for convenience, so you don't have to keep opening up the pause menu. And there's also CPU. So right now it's bugged, but in theory you should be able to set it so that the AI will take over and from the player versus AI mode, start fighting you in trading mode. So now onto the reversal command. So this one's useful for knowing if something is like safe on shield, but for now, before we get to block, the idea is like whenever they're in hit stun, whenever they break out of hit stun or break out of being stunned or stop guarding, they will do like frame perfectly. They'll do a command. So let's have them DP, for example. Belt's DP is up special. So now if we hit Belt, now if we keep pressing buttons, she wasn't able to DP, she was on the ground, but in the air, sorry. But there we go. So now as a reversal, Belt did the DP. Now you could also get the CPU to jump back as a reversal, because sometimes you might think that something's a frame trap, and then did I not do it? Oh, there we go. Okay, so here she didn't get a chance to jump out. So frame trap, if they jump, so you can confirm things that like if it's safe, if jump can beat it or not. Like I imagine that dash will break you out of that little spam combo. So dash back. Let's see if Belt can get out of this down melee spam. There we go. See, so now you can say, oh, okay, you can break out of that with that back. So you don't need to lab with somebody. You can just use the reversal option. Now this ties into onto recording. It ties into the reversals too. So you can record different actions for the CPU. So let's start a new recording. So I don't know, just walk back, then jump forward, attack. So now if we do play, that's what the CPU is just going to keep doing that. Same thing. And now you could also have multiple recordings. Let's stop this one. Let's make a new one. Now, I don't know, let's forward melee. And now let's make one of the recordings just like a low block. So now what you could do is you could put it into put those as part of a reversal. So like if you want to, let's say one of the reversals is like frame perfect DP, and now all the other ones are enabled too. So now whenever you hit it, you're not like the CPU, you're not sure what the CPU is going to do at this point. So it tried to forward melee there, not now blocked as one of them. Eventually it's going to DP me and I'm going to get wrecked because that's part of the options. So there we go. So and now like that's right. So you have a bunch of options, if you want to get good at practice, get reacting to like wake up like Oki and stuff like that, you could set those. Let's erase these. Now onto the ability bar. So like so here it says infinite, so we start with infinite bar. So let's say something like ability cancel takes bar. You could just keep doing it, spam stuff. But now if we take this off, now the refill bar is enabled by default. So this means that it's like you're gonna have it like you don't have an infinite bar, but like when your combo breaks, that's when your bar comes back. So it's kind of like you can practice your full bar combos, and then it comes back, so you don't have to press pause. Now, if this is not off, then you just have your normal bar that won't come back automatically, and then you can practice doing your magic series. Let's see, this one's the magic series, and then you get some bar back, and then if you want full bar, you just press pause. Now onwards to, and you could change the default. So like whenever you press pause, you get your bar back. Well, here you could say I want 10 bar when I paused. So now you use bar, and I think if it says refill bar, I believe that means it'll refill the 10. Yeah, there we go. So you can control how much bar you get back on a refill and whatnot. So now onto the riposting. So this is nice for practicing your riposts. So by default, every hit, so after one hit, so every single hit you do, is the CPU is going to riposte you. So there's there's some, you could practice some things, but the big one, well, you have a few options. So let's say at 0 here means that like don't riposte based on how many hits I've done. So you go here, you say I want you to, like, every neutral special that I hit with, I want you to riposte it. So now it'll make you practice your non-neutral special combos. See here, you got punished. And it could also make it so that like in your combo, you could also practice your counter riposte here. So I messed up there. Muscle memory's bad. I'm so bad, but okay, so there we go. So you alright, so by the music, this music's not our music. I'll undo that. So filler music. But anyways, you so you can practice your counter riposte that way. So that mid combo. So now the next one. So like this is useful for, say, you want to practice like any of your magic series where it's like after 3 hits. You're gonna get riposted. So here you can practice your magic series like with I've now broken the flow. Give me a sec. You can practice your magic series by like counter riposting the 3rd hit. And so yeah, that's useful. Let's undo the music here. Don't want to get copyright issued. All right. So let's undo the riposting. Counter riposting. So I imagine that if you riposte the CPU, it's gonna counter riposte you. So I don't know. Let's make it to a big heavy hit. I messed up the input. So now big over exaggerated punch. I guess counter riposte is busted, but future work that on the to-do list. So on the guard. So normally it doesn't block. So now here if we go into the type block high, so it's going to block everything high. So you can hit with lows, punish the shield, and you can, by forcing it to go like high, you can then see what's now plus enough to actually like because when you hit low when it's blocking high, you're plus, and then if it blocks low and you're hitting high, you're also plus on block. So you can test things like, let's make it do a reversal. I don't know, one of her quick punishes. So here, if she's gonna block high, I'm probably gonna get punished here because I tried to, because now I'm negative here. Safe but still negative. But now if I hit low and try it, now I should be so now at least you're plus enough to now hit back. So I might be even okay. Yeah, so you're plus enough to actually exchange hits there if you hit low, and maybe even with this you might actually be plus enough. I guess not, but yeah. So you can play around with that. So now we can have belt block low. So same thing. If you hit high, it's now plus, lots of guard damage. And now you could like block everything. So if I hit with the low, she'll block low. If I hit with the high, she'll block high. And you can, so right here, the guard behavior means that she's blocking, the CPU's blocking like immediately everything, but you could say like just randomly block. So here, like eventually, like she decided to block there, but like sometimes she'll decide to like let herself get hit. Well, to be fair, there's she's trying to do a reversal, so most of the time I'll like punish that, but like here, but there it broke, but eventually she'll let her guard down. So I don't know, half the time she's blocking, half the time she's not. So it's nice. Yeah, so that's the random block, and then you also have block after first hit. So this lets you start the combo, and then you can see like when does the combo break. So now she's just not going to let you hit you anymore. So to undo that, you just press pause, and then you can start hitting again. And let's see, what else is there? Oh, and then you can have things like, so let's have the CPU block everything, so you can have it push block you, so every time you hit, it's going to push block, so you can see what's safe on push block and what's not, how can you punish and whatnot. And you could also have it perfect blocked. Let's undo the push block for now. So now you want to break it. You could see like now what's no longer a good option because they stay in your face and they don't push back. And I think you can push block and perfect block at the same time. Yeah, there we go. So don't know. Yeah, so depending on the situation, you might need that. And now let's no more blocking. So now teching. So now by default the CPU won't tech, but you could decide what when it will tech and what type of tech. We're not more like no, not when, but anytime it has the chance to tech, like when it hits a wall and it's done, it'll tech. So you tell it, let's say neutral, so it'll stay in place here. Why is it spamming? Because right. So if you're telling it to block it, it overrides the spam command here. But yeah, so now neutral tech. So this, I think, let's drop the ground slightly, so she'll tech. So you'll be able to see what's actually. Now I do wonder because now you might be able to test like what's safe on tech here, I believe. Let's put this to 24 because tech costs quite a bit. So that, I guess, will she punish? Oh, okay. So that's on the to-do list. After tech, she should do reversal, and then you can see what's safe on tech and what's not. So you can have her do a right tech, she'll roll right, left tech, and yeah. So you control which techs. Does she bounce off the ground when she techs? And down tech on the ground won't do. It'll just be like in place tech. Alrighty, and now you can even control the game speed. So if you want to like view animations or whatnot, you can make it slow. I use this for debugging. It's nice. Sometimes the game might some things might break because I don't really test this too much in the game. And playing with physics like this, might break some like collision physics and whatnot, but still interesting. And I guess the window. So now I'm not able to jump out of this. It's kind of buggy. But yeah, that's the idea. At least you can you can see things slow motion. You'll be able to when things come out and whatnot. So it could be useful. Oh, and I forgot if you haven't noticed yet, you see hit freeze appears. So whenever there's hit freeze, it'll tell you how many frames of hit freeze. And also, so look at we have my mouse. So yeah, so this says in this whole training round, the best combo damage I've done is that total damage. Combo damage will tell you what the last, how much you did in the last combo. And it'll tell you what the longest combo is. And here, this is your last combo, how long it is. And you also see under proration, you can see the modifier. So by default, you do 100% damage, and there's no, I guess it said 0 there. It's sometimes it's slightly buggy, but in general, it tells you the good values here. So you do 100% of damage, and 100% of your hit stun is going through. Now here, I'm spamming an attack, so you'll see that the hit stun will eventually go down. So I'm -1, -3 frames, so now it becomes no longer. I can't combo anymore off of it because I lose the 3 frames, and it comes at, see, it's here, it says it's +4, but this thing comes out, I think, on frame 5 or 6, so that's why the combo drops. And we can see here, because I'm spamming the same attack, the damage is getting slightly lowered. So now, yeah, so it'll tell you. So here, the damage modifier I was hitting with the same move a lot, so it was down by 50%. So it'll give you, if you're wondering why you're not doing as much damage, this should help you out. And the last thing, alright, so I can't guarantee that this is going to work, but at one point the idea is you can like train the CPU to do things, so it'll like copy you. So here, for example, if I say train CPU, so I guess we'd have to have dittos here. So you could like train Glove to do things, and then you can then tell it. Well, actually, okay, let's try this out. Okay, let's go to character select. Let's get belt dittos, and let's train the CPU. So basically, you just like play a lab around, and then whenever you want the CPU to play, it'll play whatever you just did. So here, you wanted to do this forward melee, forward special combo. You just do it a lot, but back special, back melee, back special. and maybe the occasional up melee, just to see that it's okay. So now, if we do, I believe we should now be able to. This might crash though, but so if we tell it play the CPU, it should now start doing things. Come on, buddy, start doing things. Okay, well, it's bugged, but or is it? No, what if I do load? What if I do save and then load? Now maybe it'll do it. I guess not. Well, in theory it works. At one point it did. It will be a feature eventually in the game. Yeah, I think that's all for the training mode. And right now the commands will appear like in every single match and in training, but in the future they won't because it'd be spoilers for the Riposte system. But in the training mode, these should appear. So yeah, thanks for watching. Hope this helps you when the game comes out, and hope to see you on the next one. Thank you. See ya.